It is 7 a.m. and we are going to go to the beach. We haven't slept yet.
And today, Chris' birthday!
Hey, it's my birthday!
Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday to me!
Happy birthday to me! Happy birthday to you!
Hey, do people sing to themselves like I just did? Is that a thing? Do people do that?
What, in Korea?
No, just right now. I've never sung to myself.
I think I never heard that too.
Yeah, people do that.
Do they?
This is a joke.
So we stayed up all night playing Mafia. Is this a game that people know about?
And even Andy have a backpack too. What for? What is it for?
He's got a sketchbook.
He's got a sketchbook.
He looks like just Damien.
Damien?
Yeah, the short pants and backpack.
I'm gonna go to the rainy beach.
Is it gonna rain today?
It's sprinkling right now.
Oh, it's raining. It's okay. Oh man, it's gonna be cloudy. We won't see the sunrise.
No, clouds are better.
Oh really?
Clouds are right above us. There's not clouds everywhere. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, the cloud is so beautiful there over there.
Oh wow,
Look,
that is
look.
beautiful.
And the little pink there.
Oh,
Yeah,
what happened to you, cloud?
it's for Chris.
Oh, they know it must
Today
know it's my
everything
birthday.
for Chris. Wow, this cloud coming this way. You go.
Huh?
Here's the raining
Oh,
cloud.
the rain cloud?
Over there is clear
Oh
cloud.
yeah. Which way are we going? Towards that way? Left?
I think this way.
Correct.
There.
I was thinking about that day Andy and you and I were doing a collab, and then Andy came up and was like, "Hey, what are you gonna do? What kind of idea are you gonna do?" And I said, "Oh, you know, when Aaron and I collab, Andrew just does his thing, I do my thing for the most part, you know." And because he was like, "Oh, are you and Aaron gonna do like you know how you and Sae Mee do like an idea or something?" I was like, "No, it's just kind of like Aaron does his thing, I do my thing. Sometimes we'll like mix it up or something, you know." And then I was thinking about it. Pretty much all the female caricature artists I collab with is usually pretty more collaborative. Why is that? Like I've done maybe about 40 collabs with Sae Mee, and most of them are like we'll come up with a silly theme or something, and then even Allie when I collab, we're like, oh let's do this silly idea, let's come up with something silly, and usually they're like really, you know, there's like a scene or something, you know. And May, I think May and I have done probably the most, probably like 50. And they're always like themed ones. They're more collaborative, you know? I was like, how come, I don't know if it's a gender thing or what, or I don't know, you know? Why is that? Most of the time when I collab with...
Depend, people just different.
No, I'm saying that I was thinking about it, and that most of the girl people, caricature artists I collab with, like Ali and May and you, we always do more funny theme. And how come, you know? And when I collab with Aaron and like Nate, and like Kirby, we always just do our own, you know, for the most part.
Own.
Why is that?
Because men and women collaborate together. Men and men compete with each other. Who can draw the coolest, craziest, kookiest thing? What about that?
Was that our turn?
Was that my left? Can I go that way?
아닌데? No, you keep.
Oh, go straight then left. I guess so.
Turn left.
Oh no, straight then left. Right, we guys try squeezing over there though. Maybe just wait.
I don't know. Go here.
Just wait.
I can't make a left. Can I just squeeze in like this? Can I get in here? Hey, would it be alright if I got in here? Would it be alright if I get in here? Is that okay? Can I? Would it be alright?
No, I don't think
I can't get in here? Thank you!
조심해.
Yeah.
He coming front, but he moving front
She.
now. She come, but she now moving front.
Yeah, I thought she moved front.
Yeah, but she heard me. We communicated with each other.
But she moved.
Yeah, but somebody's got to give. I probably shouldn't have cackled.
No.
That was a mistake. Thank you. Maybe she had her window down or something. That was a real cackle.
I'm trying to think like Andy and May have done some collabs too. And they're mostly just not themed. I don't know. Well, Andy just kind of does his thing anyway.
In a quarter mile, continue straight.
I think Chris likes that too.
Yeah, I like
Chris
it.
like sometimes just draw, and then sometimes you like to make together something. You like
No, I like combining things, you know? I don't know actually.
Continue straight.
But I feel like
I like it. Oh, yesterday I did a collab with Andy time, and he just tell me
his idea.
when I different too. When I do with the Aaron collab, we just didn't say anything. We just draw.
Lately.
Yeah, and then just draw face, and then when draw body time, do little talking, and then make how about like this and then like this,
Yeah.
and then when I do with you time, I like use some tell me any idea, and then sometimes I like to tell, how about this or something like I like that too,
Yeah.
and I like also that too yesterday, and they told me, let me just draw, just make. Just stupid, he said that.
I make it stupid.
Yeah, just make it stupid, but like that. So, but I like it. So that make me excited too. So.
Yeah, actually, I like that. I like that because he didn't give you a direction, but he gave you a little more freedom. But he still gave a suggestion, so you have a plan.
Yeah. So.
You know?
Yeah. So yeah, just people. I think if Ali do. Oh no, Ali did with Kirby collab. I saw the drawing space. They had a fun
Oh
story
yeah.
in there.
That's true.
I saw that too, and then.
Oh yeah, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, I think it depends. At the
Crazy
situation. Wow, so cool. Wow, so fly. Looks like like this.
Huh? Fluffy?
Oh.
Oh, it looks like a roof. A cloud, yeah. It's a big cloud. It's like just one big.
Wow, so cool.
Yeah.
So,
It's not much traffic.
and also sometimes I don't know. Chris, I remember sometimes you and me just draw. Sometimes
Yeah, sometimes.
we did that too.
Yeah.
So.
But I think I usually suggest things with you because you're more open to it, you know? But I think a lot of times with like other people, they just kind of want to do their own thing. So I don't suggest as much. I'm trying to think. Actually, you know what? When Corey and I started doing collabs, we used to do a lot of themes. We would ask people questions and things like that and just make it really, really silly. But then now we just...
I like you and Corey's collab.
Yeah, now we just do crazy. We just go crazy. More design. But I miss some of the funny. But even when I did a few collabs with Lindsay, and we didn't do any themes, but we did a lot of connecting lines. Like, oh, I'll have this line connect to this one. But I don't know if that's a stylistic thing. you know. But it was really much more like, we did this one where we like connect the faces, connect the lines, this hand connect to that one. Oh, it's so beautiful. Just take a picture of that. Oh, I can't. Oh, well.
Look, the cloud.
Oh, wow.
Wow, this cloud. I think we saw before. Wow, that beautiful cloud was this. I think. No. That's one super 3D cloud.
Yeah.
I think some collabs are actually collabs, like in the real true sense of the word, and some collabs are just collabs because it's a time saver. And so the drawing breaks up into two parts, and then two separate parts that one meant to be good and the other meant to be good.
Uh-huh.
But they're two separate parts.
Yeah, it's less of a collab, more of a just half the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is nice. So you just focus all your energies on half the work.
But if there's an idea present, or if the artist is able to find that thing, then maybe the two parts can. Then maybe it can just be one cohesive thing, you know. And then I might even take interest in, you know, something that you're doing, and you might take interest in something I do. In terms of like take an interest, as in, I don't mean like take an interest, but I mean like some responsibility about what you're doing too, and you have what I'm doing too. Like, oh, how about you do it this way instead of that way? Or
Yeah, just kind of improv, like jam. Then it becomes a little bit more.
Jam's a whole different thing, but that's definitely unified.
Yeah. No, I mean
That's
like in the
definitely unified.
jam, as in like jazz, like music jam. That's what I meant. Not as far as like when we use the term jam, but as far as like improvising, like an improv thing,
Yeah.
or like music, you know, where you play instrument, and I guess jazz people just, you know, improvise. But that makes
But there's
sense.
still improvisation, even when it's separated into two different things.
Yeah, and that space, you know, that space that the other person is left.
But I'm just talking about I guess it's just like within that moment whether we're able to find that unity or not find that unity. But either way, it can still be good. But it's just if the idea is there within, it seems like the situation is right. It's safer to break it up into two pieces, you know.
Safer as
But
in
it can be. I think it can be better if it's unified.
more cohesive.
If the whole piece is a collaboration, you know. I think it can be better, but it could probably. I guess it could also be worse. Hypothetically, you know. And breaking it up into two pieces must be safer, you know. No? Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe that's not quite right. But it seemed like it sounded right.
When you're drawing a caricature, what is your overall goal as far as you want to make it fun, funny, or exaggerated? How, you know, does that make sense? What ratio is like maxing out exaggeration to like I don't think that's usually your focus unless you see it, right? Does that make sense?
None of that makes any sense to me.
Because I had a
I'm sorry,
theory.
I'm trying to focus and drive at the same time.
Yeah,
This
no.
is all really, really interesting, but
No,
I'm trying to.
I think I have a hypothesis in that I'm just thinking of like Nate and like Corey when we collab now, and like Eric, where we just do more separately, or we just draw our own piece, and I feel like we're using so much effort into trying to do a unique, crazy exaggeration separately that we don't have time to make it cohesive, you know, like and I think like Sae Mee, Allie, I guess even Lindsay, What else do I collab? I don't think their focus is much as doing these super crazy exaggeration. That they're more about fun, you know. Their overall goal is more fun. So then they're more open to doing a fun theme. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like, so maybe that's why too. They're just more open to the idea of, well, I can spend some more energy because it takes a little bit more time to talk about the cohesion of a piece, you know, like all this, you know, versus. And I think I would say you are more into the fun too. But you spend almost a lot of time on the nuance of trying to get the nuances. I'm not saying like, you know, Sae Mee and May don't, but you really spend a lot of time getting that nuance of that face that you don't have much leftover energy to make it cohesive too. Because, you know, it takes you that amount of time just to get to that, you know, where you want it. And like Nate and me, when we want to just go crazy, you know, jack people up, it's like we're using our focus to jack people up. Does that make sense? I think that's it. Okay theory or not?
Yeah, it makes sense, kind of. I think we're talking about two different things a little bit.
Maybe, are we? Maybe.
In 1,000 feet, turn right.
So we just find parking here? Is this the road?
Yeah. I don't know. You were talking about something, and it was really, and I think I started drifting and thinking about something else, and so I don't think I was responding exactly to what you were talking about. But you did make me think about something interesting about caricatures and shapes and stuff. Okay. Bye bye, everybody. Thank you.
All right. We'll finish it when we get back from the beach.
Happy birthday to you.
Aw, you guys. I love you guys. We're back.
We're back
From the beach.
from the beach.
Be back.
Sae Mee's still alive. Barely.
I'm going to die.
Maybe. Sae Mee got stung by Portuguese Man of War.
She stepped
She stepped on it.
on it and then she picked it up. Or something. No, she
The
didn't
finger.
pick it
I pick up
She-
stuff like this. I did.
Oh, you brushed it off? So it was a jellyfish. So you watch out.
What?
It's a jelly part. Was it slimy? Did you feel it slimy?
No. I just do like this, but I don't want to see scary something. And then I saw just a little the sea plant. Some.
Oh, like a sea plant?
Collins Avenue towards 6th Street.
So and then suddenly so hurt.
Then we saw a whole bunch of little ones. Portuguese Man of War.
Portuguese men of whom? My little ticket.
So then, Sae Mee and Aaron went to the lifeguard and he poured some solution on it. Made it feel better.
I don't know if it made it feel better, but
Did it work?
Safe, maybe.
yeah, I'm sure it was helpful somehow. It smelled like some kind of alcohol type of thing, or it smelled like some kind of medical juice.
Maybe it was a medical juice flavor that appeases the people's minds. It's just water. It's a placebo.
Maybe.
Well, it can't be water because after we walked off to the beach, we rinsed it off at the waterfoot place. A little shower.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, and then started hurt again for Sae Mee.
It said, one of the things it said on the instructions is don't rinse it with water. It said rinse it with salt water, never with fresh water. It didn't say anything about why or what would happen or I didn't read that part or something. So, but then we went and got some salt water, and then we got. Well, when we put it in, as soon as we put it in hot water or warm water, it started feeling better. Kind of hurts again now, though, I guess. It also said take some vitamin C, so I gave her some vitamin C drink thing. So hopefully she drinks all that. Hi. How you gonna pay? Huh?
Cash. You have cash.
Let's see if I got cash.
I have cash. I don't know the in the phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, we have.
Okay.
We have.
Yeah, I have it.
$2? That's awesome.
Yeah, here very cheap. I see.
Really?
1 hour one.
We only here for 2 hours?
Thank you, sir.
Really? We were only here for 2 hours?
I think less than 2 hours.
Oh, less than 2 hours? Man.
Oh, 9:10.
What? What's wrong? What's wrong? 9:10.
Time so fast.
You're so what?
Huh?
Time so fast.
Time so fast.
Oh, wait, what are you worried about? Sleeping?
I don't think I can go through until he.
Is he processing? He's probably processing.
I want to draw
Turn right onto Collins Avenue.
eating on the ground front 7-Eleven.
Oh,
Behind
on the 7-Eleven?
Behind the homeless.
Homeless guy? Do you think he didn't ask us for money because we look like homeless people?
You asked me?
Oh.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
But first he didn't, but when Aaron
Walk by?
going into store,
When you came out or when you went in?
When I went in?
Oh. I remember when I lived in Philly, in the city, a homeless guy, I was carrying some groceries, and this homeless guy says, "Oh, do you have 10 cents?" And I was like, "No."
10 cents.
Yeah, or something stupid, like a small amount. And I said, "No." And he said, "I don't believe you." And he started chasing me.
Really?
Yeah, and I ran. Like, walked fast. He's like, "I don't believe you. You don't got 10 cents." And I just started walking. Well, I had all these groceries in my hand.
I just thought of a joke. I have to do 10 cents.
Hmm?
Is there a lot of crazy people like that in Philly?
Not really, actually.
What were you doing in Philly?
Went to art school there for a year.
Pratt?
No, it was a really, really tiny art school called Hushin School of Art. It was literally in the middle of the city, and there was like 2 floors. I went upstairs in an elevator, and it was just two floors. It's so tiny. I don't know why I picked that school. I went there for a year, and then I transferred to another school, to a comic book school, like a cartooning school.
Where's
But
that?
it was fun. No, it was in New Jersey, like just a small town in Jersey.
Turn right onto 5th Street.
But it was fun living in the city by myself. I got like just a tiny studio apartment.
Yeah?
And I just rollerblade to school every day. It took me like 15 minutes, and I had like a portfolio case, and I had my little art bin, and just rollerblade to school every day, and then put my rollerblades in my backpack. I wiped out a couple of times because I wasn't like super good, and like sometimes you just hit a weird turn or trying to go around people. But it was so much fun though.
Wow.
And it never really rained. I always rollerblade every day, pretty much. I don't know why. I pretty much always, even when
It's
it
always
rained.
sunny.
The whole year, whole school season. It's kind of had it rain. I don't know what I did when it rained. I just walk.
What about snow? I'm sure it snowed.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe you just
Maybe
remember
I think it was just a
sunny
year
times.
that it didn't snow that much, or maybe they shoveled the sidewalks because it's center city. But
In a half mile, continue on to Florida.
it was cool because I'd rollerblade into my apartment complex thing, and then just go in the elevator and go up the stairs and rollerblade down the hallway. And then finally somebody said something, "Hey, you can't do that." So as soon as I got into like the opening entrance, I had to take them off. I was like, oh. And then I buy groceries sometimes with rollerblades until somebody yelled at me again, just going down like it's a bunch of like a little food market, and they had these really nice really smooth inside. And I just rollerblade around. So somebody said, "Hey," he was really cool at cop. He's like, "Hey, you can't rollerblade in here." I was like, "All right."
When I was in school, I used to always come to Walgreens
Mm.
and I get licorice bears.
Licorice berries?
Bears.
Bears? Bears?
Yeah. That's my favorite.
You still like them? Licorice bears.
Yeah, I like them pretty well.
I don't know a lot of people that like licorice. Nope, this is only left. Did you ever think about that collab thing? Or that sparked your idea of the caricatures you were talking earlier?
I think I've flushed it out. Sae Mee, when you were searching about the Portuguese Man of War, when you were searching in your Korean search, did you find that it said like you could die?
Oh.
You did?
But that was more fancy. Looks not just blue. Have some more fancy. Looks more fancy.
But it's Portuguese. And you said,
I always recall that Portuguese Man of War is super deadly.
yeah, me too.
But either, maybe, is it because it's tinier?
I think
it's
you
less
got it.
effective?
I think it's because she got it in such a small dose just on her foot. But I think it's like when you get wrapped up in it, it's like a large, because it's just a large dose of poison. Because it's poison. She's been poisoned.
Yeah.
But it's just not
A small
not
amount.
very much.
It's a small jellyfish, a small, probably tentacle.
If you get wrapped up in them, I think you can, because it says remove the tentacles. So if they're, so I guess in enough doses she could die from that, but I'm sure she's fine.
Does it say how long it takes for it to completely wear off at all? Like average?
It said one of them said like with soaking it in water, it said like 15 to 20 minutes you'll feel better or something. But then another thing said that you might be laid up for the afternoon, like you might have to cancel your plans. So that's good. Either way, she should be feeling better by tomorrow at least.
Yeah.
Well, same.
Same.
But leg, yeah, but foot finger. How say foot finger?
Toe.
Toe is the same. If I walk and stop, like just don't move.
Yeah.
I don't know, same. But leg is not hurt, no more hurt.
Did you drink all that vitamin C back there?
Yeah.
Try this. You'll feel better, but today you'll feel better by tomorrow. But today you may be helpful.
Today were they?
Maybe for a while.
Oh.
For a while.
I wanna.
But we're gonna. I think we should wash it real good with salt water.
I think John's got some saline solution.
If it's salt water, it's the same thing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I don't know if saline solution is better mixed in together, you know? I don't know.
It's just salt water, I think.
Maybe. Why don't people make their own saline solution?
They do. It's just more, if you're using salt water a lot, like he probably has contacts or something, right?
Hmm?
Does he wear contacts? Is that
No,
what
he
he's
just
got?
wears jellyfish tentacles. He's like, I need some more saline solutions to make myself. I'm just gonna buy it.
It just means he's gonna regularly need that, so it's just less hassle to just buy a little bottle for
Yeah.
Or I think, as far as I know, it's just salt, but it might be like a good balance of it. It might
Yeah,
be,
maybe
might
it's
be
a
more
good-
carefully balanced.
Yeah.
Salt and water might be cleaner. I don't know.
I think I had like a little mini breakthrough yesterday, a little bit. Or just got back into it, just trying to think more funny when I draw. Like, try and make a feature funny.
Yeah.
I think it worked a little bit. I wasn't caring too much about like proportions and stuff. More about what defines this character, you know, what defines this person. Just trying to make that funny and then just focus on that. And it's like, all right, well. Because when I was trying to break down Andy's artwork, it was like analyzing people's artwork. I'd study Andy's artwork and try to break it, how he sees things, and I remember thinking like, yeah, that's what he does. He just takes what defines that person and just maxes out the exaggeration, so it's like right on, you know, spot on that feature or that proportion or that relationship, and everything else that's not poured, he just does whatever he wants, you know. It's not that important. You make a short nose, you go down your nose, as long as you nail those distinct features. I mean, it's easier said than done, but I feel like sometimes I focus too much on like, is that the right proportion? Is that the right, you know? Which I don't know if people might think that I don't, but I think I almost handicap myself too much by being like, no, his eyes are actually far apart.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, instead I should be like, it's really irrelevant. It's like the tricky part.
Might be something to that. Yeah, that was probably
That
where
was
we
it?
needed to go. No, because it didn't change my route when I was. Oh no, there it just rerouted.
But it's fine though, I think, right? It's still
I can't really
12
see
minutes.
very well. Oh, it's because I'm missing.
I've done about 800 collabs. I don't know, each collab, I think averages an hour. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's almost exactly an hour usually, right?
Yeah. Well, I'd say the last 2-3 years, they would take at least an hour. Well, because before we did the side by side, so we sit next to each other on the easel, I think they would take more than an hour, because we'd spend at least half an hour to 45 each.
Mm-hmm.
So we're saving a little bit of time.
Oh, great.
It's crazy. We've done 70 or around 80
Continue on West Flagler
collabs,
Street for
and all our
1
collabs are side by side, right?
You and me?
Yeah.
No. There's a couple. There's a few.
There's a
in
few,
there.
but I'd say more than 90% were side by side.
Yeah.
So we spent 80 hours side by side. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. You like that?
I don't know. I think it's just interesting. Like, we're literally like sitting easel that close together. You know?
Yeah. I'm comfortable in close proximities with you,
Mm-hmm.
but because we're used to it, because we've done it many times,
Mm-hmm.
that's not so weird. But now with Andy, well, we started out, it was gonna just, what we were doing. Yeah, me and him, we were doing it the other way,
Yeah.
taking turns. But then there was a time when I was getting in there and I realized I got to do some touch-ups on my thing.
Mm.
Like, oh, it's getting pretty close in here.
That's like you weren't used to him, his closeness yet?
Yeah, it just felt like a little too close for comfort, you know.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Because we're not usually, we don't usually do collabs like that.
Yeah.
I was probably just overthinking it, being weird.
It's interesting. I wonder if you bond more with somebody just by actual proximity,
Probably,
you know?
I think so. It seems like it makes sense, like biologically.
Yeah.
In 1,000 feet, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Southwest 22nd Avenue.
Because it's the same thing with like, your parents, your mom, being breastfed,
Being best friends, being
Breast-
friend zone.
breast friend zoned,
Yeah.
you know? There's a attachment, there's a pheromones and all that stuff.
Use the left 2 lanes
Just by
to turn
being
left
close to
onto
somebody.
Southwest 22nd Avenue.
I wonder if that's I guess it's kind of obvious, but like doing fairs, we spend so much time together, with everybody that we work. It's just, you do fairs, you stay in the same place, you eat together, with everyone.
Yeah.
I think that's how we all got so close.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Is there any other way?
What? Fairs? I can't think of I don't know of any other jobs that were.
Factory work, you work real close up next to somebody when you're filling those bags.
I don't know how close though. I don't
Pretty
have
close.
no experience, but
I've been working in a factory before.
yeah.
I did that. Yep.
Oh, what about because we spend so much time doing fairs, driving together, going to work together, eating together,
Turn left onto Southwest 23rd Avenue.
A lot of times we're just cramped in the same hotel room.
Continue on Southwest 23rd Avenue for a half mile.
Tell me more about it. If you're getting proportions right. I want to understand what exactly you mean by that.
I don't know if you do it or not, but when sometimes you know, people will say, yeah, you can't teach likeness. It's like an instinct, you know. You learn from other people, you know. And I don't know if there's some books out there or not, but I can systematically tell you how I got that likeness. You know, like
Yeah?
I can break it down, into portions.
You should do that.
I don't know if other people do it, but that's how I do a lot of it. Where I'll say, like, I'll put a middle line in the mouth line, and I'll see if there's more space between the top lip and the bottom of the nose, or the bottom lip and the bottom of the chin. And so if it's more, I'm going to exaggerate more higher to the nose. If it's not, I'm going to exaggerate it closer to the chin. Like move it down or keep it the same. You know,
I'm going. I think it's straight, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, go on.
So I can just break it down, you know, just proportionally.
Well,
I can literally just break it down.
But, okay, go on.
And so,
The top lip and the what?
like just the space, like the mouth, where the mouth is. Is the mouth closer to the nose, or is it closer to the chin?
Okay.
And whether direction it is, I'll just move it that way more. You know, does that make sense? I'll just exaggerate it more. Or if the eyes are closer together to the nose or further away, like I look at that proportion.
Okay.
And I can just break it down. Like
Right.
I can literally tell you how I got that likeness.
So what's the other way of doing it?
The other way is a little more free-forming. It's a little bit more using judgment and saying like, okay, you rank their unique features. Everybody's got unique features, and sometimes some of those features aren't as dominant. You know, like we'll easily say somebody's got a big mouth. If somebody's got a big mouth and we rank it like it is important, so to define that person, let's rank it a 9. So essentially, as long as you get that big mouth, like it's almost everything else is unimportant, you know. So you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
So the idea is, if you get that big mouth, you get the proportion right. So that
It's
means
gonna be tricky. I might just want to make it right.
yeah. I think unless it's gonna slow down, I just make that right. Oh, maybe.
Well, this
Oh,
is just one way though.
It's a weird way to take us. Oh, we're literally pretty much home. So what I think what Andy does too is that he gets those really dominant features and just exaggerates them a lot, and then everything else is not as important. So like the mouth is really important, and then the eyes are like whatever. You can pretty much make them far apart. You can make them close together. It doesn't really matter because that mouth is a rank number 9. You know, and you know.
Yeah.
If it was ranked like a number 6, it's like all right, it's pretty important. Or number 7, then you might not be able to have as much freedom to do whatever you want with the eyes. You know. And I think this is what Marlo does. Marlo Meekins, who does characters really awesome.
In 800 feet, turn left onto Southwest 11th
So I think you do it too. Andy does it too. Corey. Even Nate too. So you can literally just do whatever you want with the nose if it's not that important. And I think what he does is, and other people that do it, is they make that feature really funny versus correct. You know?
Turn left onto Southwest
And I think
11th Street.
it's okay because you've nailed the other features so much that you can take artistic freedom and just have fun and make it funny. You know, because sometimes funny is better than, you know, getting it perfect.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does.
Your destination
This
is
is,
on the
this
left.
is really interesting. It's triggering all kinds of synapses in my brain.
But it's funny because
I'm gonna go back and listen to this again. I'm gonna be like, yeah.
But I feel like this is what you do. I don't know if you maybe just don't do it
No, but in
consciously,
term-
but
I'm talking about just the way you're wording it is really interesting.
Really?
Yeah, because I have a lot of ideas about that stuff like that, but I never know which direction to come at it. And I like that this gives me
really?
that we can have a nice talk about this
Huh. We'll have to talk about it more.
after I listen to this podcast.
And once I post it a year later.
This is level seriousness 10, I think.
Did
right?
you see? I wrote a seriousness for the
Did you?
Rob Hume. Yeah, I put for the Rob Hume one. What do I call it? Homeless Bang Bang.
More like with Rob Hume, more like homo
Rob, horrible.
horrible.
We love you, Rob.
Yeah, too bad you're gonna have to wait like
10 weeks until we
a
tell you
year
that.
to hear this podcast rather than the other one.
He did comment on it.
Oh, he saw that?
Yeah, he saw it. I had to, he said, he was just, I think he was kidding around. Definitely. He was just like,
oh boy.
He was like, Aaron's
Don't
right.
even tell me this.
I'm a horrible person. He's just like, kind of, he has to. He liked the video though. He has to. No, it's a joke.
Like I care. Bye.
Bye.